Used SUV lot. 5 SUVs, 5 price tags that will make you question every car payment in your zip code, 68%. That's the number of American car buyers who say price protection, not getting ripped off, is their number one priority when shopping. Not horsepower, not the badge, not the panoramic sunroof. Just, am I paying a fair price for what I'm getting? And right now, with 53% of buyers saying cost is the thing keeping them from pulling the trigger and 44% pointing at economic uncertainty, the smartest buyers in America aren't shopping for luxury. They're shopping for the look of luxury at the cost of something reasonable. And these 5 SUVs are the ones they're buying. Every price in this video comes from owner reports, forum breakdowns, and real listings on CarMax, Carvana, and AutoTrader. I haven't driven any of them. I've read what hundreds of owners learned from years of living with theirs. 5 SUVs. Each one looks like more money than it costs. And the order matters, because the gap between what number one looks like it costs and what it actually costs is the biggest disconnect in the American car market right now. Number 5, the Mazda CX-50. And this is the one that doesn't even need a luxury badge to fool everyone at the valet. The CX-50 has a design language that Mazda is calling Kodo, and whatever they're calling it, it works. The proportions, the fender flares, the floating C-pillar, the interior layout. Park it next to an Audi Q5 and people who don't know cars won't know which one costs more. Except the Audi starts at $45,000. A used 2023 CX-50 Turbo with 28,000 miles. About $27,000 on CarMax right now. An owner in Portland said her coworker asked what she drove, and when she said Mazda, the coworker said, "No, seriously." That's the compliment. Annual maintenance runs about $300 to $450. The 2.5-liter naturally aspirated engine is one of the most proven powertrains in the segment. Insurance averages between $140 and $180 a month for full coverage depending on state. The CX-50 is the stealth pick. Nobody knows what you paid, and the number would surprise them in the wrong direction. But the next one takes that same idea and scales it up. Way up. Number 4, the Kia Telluride. This is the SUV that changed how America thinks about Kia. The Telluride looks like a $65,000 luxury SUV. The proportions, the grille, the road presence. It looks like it belongs in the same parking garage as a BMW X5 or a Mercedes GLE, except a used 2022 Telluride SX with 35,000 miles is about $28,000 right now. The BMW X5 40i with similar mileage, $42,000 to $48,000. And the first repair bill on the BMW will remind you why it depreciated faster. An owner in Texas said his neighbor asked him what he traded his Tahoe for, and when he said Kia, the neighbor didn't believe him until he Googled the Telluride. 3 months later, the neighbor bought one too. Maintenance is almost comically affordable. Kia's recommended intervals are every 7,500 miles, and routine services run between $200 and $400 a year. And the 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty is still transferable on most used units, which means you're getting a level of warranty coverage that BMW charges $2,000 to $4,000 extra for as an add-on. Would you tell people it's a Kia? Or just let them guess? Comments. I want to see where you land. Number 3, the BMW X1 F48. And here's where the list shifts from looks expensive to is expensive, except for the price. Because the BMW X1 is a real BMW. The badge is real. The kidney grills are real. The iDrive is real. The xDrive all-wheel drive system is real. And a clean 2020 F48 X1 xDrive 28i with 45,000 miles is about $20,000 on CarMax right now. A Honda CR-V with the same mileage, $23,000 to $25,000. The BMW costs less. An owner in New Jersey tracked every dollar over 2 years. His total cost of ownership, including his car payment at 6.1% APR through his credit union, Progressive Insurance at $218 a month, oil changes with Liqui Moly at his independent shop for $95, and one brake job that cost him $410 instead of the $780 the BMW dealer quoted, came to about $940 a month. His coworker's new Hyundai Tucson costs the same per month, except the BMW says BMW on it. The B48 engine in the F48 is a genuinely reliable engine, the same family that goes in the Toyota Supra, which tells you something about what Toyota thought of BMW's engineering. Annual maintenance at an independent shop runs between $800 and $1,400. The entry into real BMW ownership has never been cheaper. We covered the X1 in full detail, 3 generations, 2 engines, and the one chassis code that changes everything. That's the one to watch if this car caught your attention. But this next one, this is the SUV that people buy when they're done impressing strangers and start impressing themselves. Number 2, the Lexus RX 350. The Lexus RX is the quiet wealth SUV. Nobody flexes in an RX. Nobody posts it on Instagram. Nobody revs it at a stoplight. And that's the entire point. The RX says, I have money. I don't need you to know how much. It's the SUV in the country club parking lot that's been there for 6 years and still looks like it rolled off the lot yesterday because it's a Lexus and nothing broke. A used 2021 RX 350 with 40,000 miles runs about $30,000 to $34,000. Insurance is reasonable for a luxury badge. Owners report between $110 and $150 a month for full coverage, which is less than most BMW and Mercedes SUVs in the same size class. Maintenance at a Toyota dealership. And that's the trick, because a Toyota dealer will service a Lexus using the same parts at a lower labor rate, runs about $400 to $700 a year. The 3.5-liter V6 is naturally aspirated, which means no turbo to replace, no wastegates, no carbon buildup from direct injection on the intake side. An owner in Connecticut said he calculated his total cost of ownership over 4 years and compared it to his neighbor's BMW X3. The Lexus cost him about $11,000 less over that period, and his resale value is higher. He calls it the best financial decision I've ever made that I don't have to think about. If someone in your life is about to buy a luxury SUV this month, send them this before they sign, because the next one changes everything about how you think about value. And that leaves the number 1. The one that dollar for dollar creates the biggest gap between what people think you paid and what you actually paid. Number 1, the Genesis GV70 2.5T. Here's the math that breaks the luxury SUV market. A new Genesis GV70 2.5T, advanced stickers at about $48,000. It comes with a quilted leather interior, a 12.3-inch display, a heads-up display, adaptive cruise control, a surround view camera system, and a design that makes people in parking lots do double takes. Now, a used 2022 GV70 2.5T Advanced with 30,000 miles is listed on CarMax right now for about $33,000. That's a $48,000 car for $33,000. And here's where it gets interesting. An owner in Virginia bought his 2022 GV70 2.5T through Carvana for $31,500. 32,000 miles, clean Carfax. One previous owner who leased it. He financed it at 5.7% APR through his credit union for 60 months. Payment comes to about $590 a month. His full coverage insurance through Geco in Virginia runs him $228 a month, which he says is about $15 more than what he was paying on his old Mazda CX-5. First year of maintenance, $362 total. 2 oil changes at a Genesis dealership, which, by the way, offers complimentary scheduled maintenance for 3 years or 36,000 miles on new vehicles. And some used units still have coverage remaining. His second-year maintenance, he's at 59,000 miles now, came in at about $540, including a brake fluid flush and new cabin filter. And here's the number that rewrites the conversation. His total monthly cost, car payment, insurance, gas, maintenance averaged out, comes to about $890 a month. A BMW X3 M40i with the same equipment and similar mileage. The purchase price alone starts at $42,000 to $46,000. The annual maintenance is double, the insurance is higher, and the warranty, 3 years, 50,000 miles, versus Genesis's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty that's still active on his car. He says strangers ask him what kind of car it is at least once a week. When he tells them it's a Genesis, they Google it. When they see the price, the next question is always, wait, is there a catch? And the answer is, the catch is that nobody knows about it yet. The dealer network is thin. The brand recognition isn't there. 5 years from now, when Genesis is as well known as Lexus, a used 2022 GV70 for $31,000 won't exist anymore. This is the window. Yeah, that number's real. Here's the verdict on all 5. The CX-50 is the stealth entry and nobody knows what you paid, and the car looks like it costs double. The Telluride is the family flex. Luxury presence without the luxury payment, and a warranty that laughs at the German competitors. The BMW X1 is the real badge for unreal money. Actual BMW ownership for less than a Honda CR-V. The Lexus RX is the generational wealth play. Quiet, reliable, and cheaper to own over 5 years than almost anything German. And the Genesis GV70 is the market glitch. A $48,000 car for $31,500 with a 10-year warranty and a design that makes BMW owners look twice. 5 SUVs, 5 ways to look wealthy without the wealthy person's loan. The only question is, which one matches your definition of success? The badge, the presence, the reliability, or the math? That's what we do here, the real numbers before you sign.